Today I want to show you how to color in your stamped images with liquid pearls, and then we'll also create this card together. I'm Susan from Make & Craft Studio, and thank you so much for joining me on the Ranger channel today. For today's card, I'm going to be using the Handwritten background stamp by Hurley. I'm also going to be using the Beautiful Blooms stamp set by Hurley, and this one is a well-loved stamp set. I'm also going to be using clear embossing powder, Distress ink in Hickory Smoke, Archival ink in Graphite. For my glue, I'll be using the Dina Wakley mixed media glue. And then I'm going to be using 4 different colors of liquid pearls. I'm going to be using the Firecracker, Sweet Potato, Kiwi, and Emerald. So to get started on my card, first I want to go ahead and stamp out my focal image. And so I'm going to use one of the flowers from the Beautiful Blooms stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it out using the Hickory Smoke Distress ink. Now, if you have a different embossing powder that you want to use, a different color, then it would be best to go ahead and just stamp this out with the clear embossing ink. And that's typically what I do. But today I wanted my flower to have that gray image to it. So that's why I am using the Hickory Smoke instead of the clear embossing ink. So I'm just going to add the clear embossing powder on top of the Hickory Smoke. So you'll still see my ink color through, but I'll have that embossing powder on there because you need to add embossing powder in order to paint with liquid pearls. So it looks like I used a lot, but you can see here it's not that much used. Just add the rest back to your container and seal that up good before you start heat embossing. So then I'm just going to heat emboss the image, and I think it's magic every time. I have so much fun heat embossing. I love to see that image go from, with the clear, it looks like a sugary coating on your stamped image, but I love to see that embossing powder just get glossy. And so you can, with the clear embossing powder, it's not going to change colors. You're just going to go from like that sugar coating to a glossy image. So now I'm just going to put some Firecracker liquid pearls onto an old stamping block. Now you don't have to use a stamping block. You could use parchment paper, you could use acetate, you could use a piece of glass, anything that you have that you put paint on, you could just add that. So I'm just using this old stamping block because this is what I use all the time for my paint and my splatters and different things. So I've just put a little dot of the Firecracker liquid pearls down, and then I've added quite a bit of water to it, and then I just mix in the water. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start painting in the petals of my flower. And so this is just going to be a base coat on my flower. I will come back and add a little bit more detail to it in a moment. But first, I just want to get a good base coat down onto these petals. I do try to paint from the bottom up because I do know that towards the center of the top there, I want my darker color. So I do try to paint that direction, sort of to push up some of that liquid towards the top so that the darker is more towards the top center there. And so I'm just going to work my way around the flower, just filling in each one of the petals using the watered down Firecracker. And then once I have that filled in, I am going to come back with some more Firecracker. And so this time I'm just going to add a little dot of the liquid pearls to my block. And I'm not going to add water to it. I'm just going to pull in some of the liquid from the previous Firecracker mixture that we made. I'm just going to pull in some liquid from that and then pick up a little bit of this liquid pearls, the Firecracker liquid pearls. And then I'm just going to start adding a little bit of details to my petals. So it's really easy to color these flowers in. What I'm doing is I'm using this stamped image to help me. So on this stamped image, there are a lot of dark lines, and so those are your shadows. So that's where I'm adding the darker Firecracker liquid pearls. I'm just going against those lines and adding that in. And then when we stamp the image, there is a lot of open space as well that was white. So for that part, what I want to do is leave that the lighter color that we had, when we watered down the Firecracker. I'm leaving that lighter so that we kind of have a variation there with our color, so that we have some light and dark, some highlights and some shadows. And so I'm just going to work my way around the flower here, just once again pulling a little bit of the liquid from the previous mixture and picking up some of the liquid pearls and just painting in all of my shadows. If you are enjoying this video, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the Ranger channel. I come back once a month with a tutorial, but there are lots of other designers who share lots of inspiration throughout the month. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that inspiration. So now I'm bringing in the sweet potato, and I've just added a little bit more of that in my Stampin' Block, and I'm just going to mix that in with the first mixture that we made of the Firecracker. I feel like once I added in the darker color, I feel like that I did too much. So I'm coming back in with a mixture of the sweet potato and the Firecracker just to make a brighter red there. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that to the tips of some of my petals just to brighten up the flower and just give it a little bit more highlights. Then I'm going to come in with the kiwi and the emerald, and I'm going to color in my stem and my leaves. So I'm going to start out with the emerald first, and I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it. And then I'm just going to start adding it to the stem and to the leaves. So I'm just going to fill in all of the white space on the leaves as well as the stem. Now I forgot to mention I am using a number 4 paintbrush from Ranger. This is one of the paintbrushes that comes in the pack of brushes, and I will have a link to that below. So I'm using a number 4. There is a smaller brush in that pack as well, a number 2, that would work perfect for this as well. But I felt like the number 4 was a really good, comfortable fit for me painting in this flower. So once I have filled in my leaves and stem with the emerald, I am going to come back while it's still wet, and I've added a little bit of water to the kiwi as well. And I'm going to come back and add some of that kiwi on top of the emerald just to add some highlights there. And so that just gives a little bit of highlights and shadows as well. So then I'm going to come back with that kiwi once more, and I'm just going to fill in the center of my flower there. You know, when you have a flower, it's a lot of times it has that green little center. So it's a yellow-green center. So I decided to use the kiwi for the center of my flower as well. And I'm just adding a little bit at a time until I get it like I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside to dry. You can see here, I love how this turned out. It has a little shine to it. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and I'm going to work on my card background. So once again, I'm bringing in my scrap paper, and then I'm bringing in a piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to use my handwritten background stamp along with the archival ink, the graphite archival ink. And I'm just going to add that to my entire stamp because I want to be sure that I cover the entire background of this cardstock, but I'm not worried about getting a perfect image. So I don't mind if some areas are lighter than others and some are darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use a Stampin' Block. I'm just going to use my hands for this and my fingers. So I'm just going to try to flip it over so that the writing lines are straight across my paper. But other than that, I'm just going to not worry about how it comes out. And I'm just going to use my fingers to press. And I really love how that came out. I think that looks great. So I'm going to set that aside to dry as well. And while it's drying, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my sentiment. And I'm using the Graphite Archival ink again. And then once I have this stamped out, I realized that I do want some sort of background for my sentiment to frame out my sentiment. So I'm just going to bring in that piece of cardstock again, and I'm just going to ink blend some of this Graphite Archival ink across my cardstock. And I'm just going to blend it out until I get the color that I feel like will look right with my background. Now you could use the hickory smoke for this as well, but the archival graphite was what I had laying there where I had stamped out the image, so I decided just to use it. Either one will work just fine, because you can ink blend with archival ink as well. So once I have the color like I like it, I'm just going to glue my sentiment down onto this piece of paper, and then I'll trim around it to get my sentiment framed out by the gray. So now I'm ready to put my card together, but first I just want to ink around this background piece. So I'm just coming back in with the Graphite Archival ink, and I'm just trying to frame out this background, but I really don't want to add too much. I just want to add a little bit of gray edge around it, but I'm not going to come in over the front of the card and, add that. Sometimes I'll add like a shadow around the edge, but this time I'm not. I'm just going to hold back and just add a little frame around this background. That way it kind of pops up off of our card. And so then I'm ready to start assembling my card. So I am going to use a white card base, and this is an A2 size card that I am using. So I'm just going to add the background piece to my card. And then I've gone ahead and cut out the flower image with an oval. And so I'm just going to add that to the center of my card. And then we will add the sentiment. This is a very quick and easy card to put together, and it's a lot of fun to paint with the liquid pearls. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever painted with liquid pearls, or how do you use liquid pearls? I would love to know ways that you use it as well. And so I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that I've inspired you to get out your liquid pearls, look at them a little bit different, and try painting with them. You can also mix them. You saw where I mixed the firecracker and the sweet potato. You can mix them. You can add more water or less water and mix them and create other colors as well as you're painting. But just don't forget to emboss your image before you start painting. Well, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.